Chapter 47. In 2 hours, the list of white male employees 20 to 50 years old was owned and completed. There were 26 names on it. Missouri DMV provided hair color from driver's license information, but it was not used as an exclusionary factor. The dragon might wear a wig. Fisk's secretary, Miss Trillman, made copies of the list and passed them around. Lieutenant Fogel was going down the list of names when his beeper went off. Fogel spoke to his headquarters briefly on the telephone, then put his hand over the receiver. "Mr. Crawford, Jack, one Ralph Mandy, white male, 38, was found shot to death a few minutes ago in University City. That's in the middle of town, close to Washington University. He was in the front yard of a house occupied by a woman named Reba McLean. The neighbor said she works for Badir. Her door's unlocked. She's not home." "Dandridge," Crawford called. "Reba McLean. What do we know about her?" "She works in the darkroom. She's blind. She's from someplace in Colorado. You know old Ralph Mandy?" "Mandy?" Dandridge said. "Ralph Mandy?" "Ralph Mandy. He work here?" A check of roll showed he didn't. "Coincidence, maybe," Fogel said. "Maybe," Crawford said. "I hope nothing's happened to Reba," Miss Trillman said. "You know her?" Graham said. "I've talked to her several times." "What about Mandy?" "I don't know him. The only man I've ever seen her with, I saw her get into Mr. Dollarhide's van." "Mr. Dollarhide's van, Miss Trillman? What color is Mr. Dollarhide's van?" "Let's see. Dark brown or maybe black." "Where does Mr. Dollarhide work?" Crawford asked. "He's production supervisor," Fisk said. "Where's his office?" "Down the hall." Crawford turned to speak to Graham, but he was already moving. Mr. Dollarhide's office was locked. A pass key from maintenance worked. Graham reached in and flipped on the light. He stood still in the doorway while his eyes went over the room. It was extremely neat. No personal items were anywhere in sight. The bookshelf held only technical manuals. The desk lamp was on the left side of the chair, so he was right-handed. Need a left thumbprint fast off a right-hand man. "Let's toss it for a clipboard," he said. Behind him in the hall. "He'll use his left thumb on the clip," Graham said. They had started on the drawers, went to the desk-appointed calendar is where Graham's eye was caught. He flipped back through the scribbled pages to Saturday, June 28, the date of the Jacoby killings. The calendar was unmarked on Thursday and Friday before the weekend. He flipped toward to the last week in July. The Thursday and Friday were blank. There was a note on Wednesday. It said, "Am 552 345 615. Graham copied the entry. "I want to find out where this flight goes." "Let me do it. You go on here," Crawford said. He went to a telephone across the hall. Graham was looking at a tube of denture adhesive in the bottom desk drawer when Graham called from the door. "It goes to Atlanta, Will. Let's take him out."